Hi, I'm George, the Weather Dad, to talk about your end of this week and on into the upcoming weekend. The big question that we're having here in the Midwest and the Ohio Valley in particular is when we're going to see some rain. Unfortunately, not until next week, the way it looks right now. Now, some of you in the Midwest, around Illinois, Wisconsin, portions of Indiana, you'll be seeing a little bit of rain before next week, but the rest of us doesn't look good right now. But I'll get into that in here in just a second. But what we're going to be continue to see is temperatures above normal. Normal high temperatures for this time of year, high temperature highs right around 80, upper 70s, right around 80, and then nighttime lows in the upper 50s, so right around 60 degrees. That's right here in the Ohio Valley. Certainly a little bit cooler to the north and a little bit warmer down to the south. But you can see here on your Wednesday, temperatures are going to be again back into the 80s, possibly near 90s right in this area. Much cooler weather off towards the west. That's because it's a pretty good sized system there. Also Mid-Atlantic, we talked about that last time. Lots of rain there for you, and also down into the Sunshine State of Florida. By Thursday, not much change. The yellow kind of disappears here a little bit. That's because the rain is starting to decrease there. But you can still see very warm conditions right here in the Ohio Valley, stretching all the way back towards Texas. Still, though, a bit cool out in the Rockies. Friday, the next system starts working its way in. Looks pretty impressive. This is all rain cool there that you see there. So that looks like it's going to be good news. But as we work our way on into the weekend, that kind of just sort of dissolves. Weekends, if you will, up in the Great Lakes, you'll be seeing some rain there. But right here in the Ohio Valley, points south, looks like it's still going to be somewhat on the dry note. By Sunday, still pretty warm across the area. Temperatures pretty much in the 80s. A little bit cooler up towards the north, where you're going to see some shower activity there for you. And also the rain will continue down into the Sunshine State of Florida. What's happening down here is that you'll get a lot of rain. It will clear up and the temperature will skyrocket again right towards normal or a little bit above normal there for you. So that's pretty significant there. And then looking on into next week, this is a week from tomorrow, temperatures still above normal with the next system moving in. It looks like that may give us here in the Ohio Valley some much needed rain. Let's hope so, because we are really pretty much bone dry right in this area. As far as precipitation is concerned, again, where we're going to see it, Mid-Atlantic, Florida, and up into the northern plains as well as Rockies for your Wednesday. Not much change. It does decrease for the Atlantic seaboard. Still very wet down in Florida. Still pretty dry, though, right for us here in the Midwest. That's on your Thursday. Friday, as we saw with the colors, when the temperatures, that system gets a little bit closer. There will be some rain for those of you back in Illinois, Missouri, Iowa, and up into the high plains. Still wet, though, down into the Sunshine State. On into the weekend, we see maybe a sprinkle here or there, but nothing really a drought breaker for us here. There's going to be some rain around the Great Lakes and still very soggy there for those of you along the Florida Peninsula. And you kind of see again that rain will continue because those fronts are actually working their way down and they're stalling in this direction. But it's also keeping the tropics pretty quiet. There's a couple of systems developing out in the Atlantic, but they're going to stay out there and they keep on swinging up towards the northeast, and that's certainly good news, keeping them away from us at this point in time. But you can kind of see again fairly dry for the Ohio Valley, unfortunately, looks like for the next couple of days. So for next week, though, the middle of next week, here comes that next system. Strong thunderstorms for those of you in the Great Lakes. Hopefully we'll get some of this stuff down in our direction to help break the drought that we're currently in here. Our grasses are looking pretty shabby at this point in time. There is something that's trying to develop in the Gulf of Mexico. If it does, looks like it's going to go more up into this area, Louisiana, Alabama, Mississippi, but it's not going to be that strong the way it looks right now. If this holds, and again, that's a week away, and the models have not done much as far as producing stuff in the Gulf of Mexico so far this year. Let's hopefully that will continue. But as you can see here, not much change for the next couple of days for us here in the Ohio Valley. It's going to be warm and still somewhat dry. I'm George, the Weather Dad.